Hi everyone, John Sinclair here. Welcome to another edition of the 7-Minute Morning. I'm going to take you through some mobilizers today and get you moving and feeling really great. The first one we're going to focus on is we're going to go with a staggered stance. So go ahead and get a really long stance, but keep both feet firmly grounded on the floor. We're going to put your hands on your hips, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to drive your hips into side flexion, which means we're going to drive your hips left and right, like you're moving side to side, nice and slow. We're trying to mobilize that spine and the hips a little bit. You should feel like you're getting a bit of a stretch in this trail hip and in the adductor. Go ahead and switch sides, same drill. The key thing with a mobilizer is it's really slow and subtle. I could go even slower here. And that's going to be really effective for the connective tissue, the fascia that over and becomes the envelope of all the connective tissue that wraps around the muscles. I go a little faster, and then that plays into the elasticity of the muscle. But really, a mobilizer is really supposed to be slow and subtle. Okay, these came from my good friend Ian O'Dwyer. He's out of Australia, and he's one of my mentors. He's an amazing guy. So you're going to take a little bit longer stride now. We're going to take those arms forward and backwards, nice and slow. So you're going to feel it on your hip flexor on the trail leg when your arms go back. You're going to feel it in the hamstring and the glute when your hands go forward on the front leg. Okay, other side. Again, nice and slow. We're just getting up, moving. You've had a bit of water. Now we want to drive water into those tissues. Okay, we go staggered again. Other leg. This time hands are on the hips, and we're just going to do really slow rotate at the pelvis and the spine. You'll notice that you get a little bit of rotation in the hip as well. So as the pelvis is moving, the femur is still. So the pelvis is driving, the femur is reacting to that motion. Okay, other side. I let my eyes go with me, then my cervical spine gets a little bit more rotation as well. Okay, let's do a sit and reach. Today we're going to do sit and reach from the same staggered stance. So this time we're going to sit and reach to the inside, so away from my front leg. Sit and reach to the inside, push that tush back behind you, so you get a nice stretch in through that glute. Okay, then we go to the other side. This one's a real good one for me. Did lots of squats 2 days ago, so I'm really sore. Okay, there's our staggered one. Let's go wide stance now. So we're going to go really, really wide. Hands go on the hips. You're going to tilt your pelvis back and just shift your weight so your head is over your foot. Tilt the hips back, shift your weight so your head's over your foot. Back and forth. Again, nice and slow. Try to drive your butt print over your footprint. Okay, let's do the same thing, but you're going to keep your arms over your head. So it really makes you focus on using the hamstring and the glute. Think about pushing that ground away to help me get over here. Push the ground away here to get me over there. There you go, one more time. Awesome. Bring your feet back together. Now we're going to do a transverse plane lunge. So that's the motion that we're going with our feet. We're going to drive our arms overhead at the same time. So I'm going to step back, drive those arms overhead, leave that foot there. That's going to get us a nice deep stretch into this hip capsule. One more time each. Very good. Okay. And then the last one we're going to finish with is we're going to go into a prone position. So let's have you into a push-up stance. You're going to bring one foot forward. While you're there, you can drop your opposite knee onto the ground. And just rotate up towards the sky. And then we're going to switch to the other side. Drop that knee to the ground. Rotate. Reach the arms, look towards your thumb. Back and forth. If that one's too hard for you, you can start into a quadrupedal stance and try and rotate. Okay, if you want a little more challenge, keep that foot off the ground. So we can take lots of length through the hip. Two more. There you go. And then let's just sit onto your feet. Little wiggle. Mobilize the ankles a little bit. Get yourself up. And there you go. There's your 7-minute morning for the week of St. Patrick's Day. I hope you had a lovely day yesterday and celebrated with some green pancakes and green beer.